where you come from, no matter where you're going, here's a place where you can take comfort in not knowing that whether if you come to stay a while or just passing through, this door is open to you. Come beside me, come and share a love, come let's play together, come love and be loved, from the bliss down to the turn down, from the pampered to the abused, this door is open to you. Come on in, come on in, come on in. God recognizes the God in you, whether you're black or white or gay or straight, Christian, Buddhist or Jew, this door is open to you.
Good morning, Claremont Center for Spiritual Living. How are you this morning? Great. Nice to see all of you. I'm Reverend Tracy. I'm delighted to have you all here. We want to say hello to our friends online. Everybody wave. We're so glad that you are with us in this community of love and support. And wherever you are on your spiritual path, you are welcome here with us. So we have a great morning set up for us this morning. We'll start with our practitioner slash minister slash music guy slash pretty much anything else. Reverend Drag. He'll be doing our opening evocation and doing a short reading for us. And music is fabulous. We have Jeff and we have Rodeo. So happy. And a guest. and a special guest. Thank you. Welcome. This is good. I'm going to save the rest of it as a surprise. But let's start with a song, shall we? I'm going to invite you all to stand. We're going to sing Spirit is in this place.
Have come together as a family. We have come here as we are. We have come with arms wide open. We have gathered here in love. Spirit is in this, Spirit is in this place. Spirit is in this, Spirit is in this place. Spirit is in this, Spirit is in this place. Raise the roof with shouts of praise. Spirit in this place.
Wonderful. Thank you. And let's take all that energy and joy, all that peace that comes from being together, that sense of community and power, and just breathe it in. And let the sound of the bowl take you into that heart space, that place where music starts, that place where the energy of oneness is always to be found.
So we recognize that God and Spirit, however we choose to call it, whatever beautiful name we have for it, is in and moving through all things. In fact, this remarkable force, this prosperous force, has brought all of the things in this world into being. Because of this, I know without a doubt that I am a piece of that picture. In fact, it is its prosperous creative nature that brought me here. I am a piece of prosperous creativity. I became because this magnificent force could not help but create me. And this is true for everybody in this room and everything that exists in this world. That this thing loved itself and created everything that is here. It is a prosperous force, so everything carries a seed of prosperity within it and creativity. What a remarkable thing that is. If you really sit with that, think of that. Everything is here because this magnificent loving force was so prosperous it just spread us out here like seeds from a dandelion. What a thing. Isn't that great? So we know that everything is available to us that brings good into this world, that what we are called to do, the good that we have to give, it can't help but want to bring itself into this world through us. So how can we not have what we need to do it? It's just there waiting for us to tap into it and say yes. Just to say yes. What a wonderful thing to think of. Aren't you grateful for that? I know I am. So we're grateful to know that all we need is present here in this world and moving through us and waiting for us to say yes. And we release this understanding into the world, knowing without a doubt that that which is good, that moves through us, is meant to be and is and shall be. And so it is. I like to think of this force so full of love that it just loves itself into everything. What an energetic thought. So I have a few readings here, but they're not long. And I had fun with it because there's a few that are even from the Bible. And I saw, prosperity consciousness in the Bible too. Imagine that, huh? The first one is a quote from Dennis Merritt Jones, and he wrote the book The Art of Abundance. And this is what Dennis said. Living a prosperous life means being established in a belief that there is more than enough of whatever creates a sense of freedom in your life. While that may mean an abundance of money, it could as easily mean an abundance of time, or good health, or new friends, and so on. Freedom allows you to enjoy the life you choose to live. And this one, of course, is a quote from our good friend Ernest Holmes. In the creative process, we're not making something out of nothing. We are providing an avenue through which things happen. Love that. Okay, so now we're pulling the Bible in. John chapter 10, verse 10. I came that they may have life and have it abundantly. He knew. This last one is from Reverend Scott Aubrey, the guy, the minister at Mile High. Is it Mile High? I believe it is. He was there for a long time. I actually knew him when he was at Living in Richmond Center. I really did. And this is what he said in a sermon, Living in Sufficiency, is what it's called. Life is not lived from the outside in, but from the inside out. The purpose of life is not acquisition, but unfoldment. Spiritual and personal development. And the spiritual practice that upholds our unfoldment is giving. Because life is a giving process. The motivation is not to get, but to give ourselves away in love, in service, in kindness, in substance. John chapter 3, verse 16, I bet everybody in the room has read this one. For God so loved the world that he gave. God is the divine givingness of the universe, and you are created in the image of this divine givingness. We cannot make any sense out of life or live in sufficiency unless we see ourselves as givers. It may mean a big turnaround. We stop thinking about how to acquire and focus on how to give. And what is your name? I'm so sorry. Karen, Rick and Karen, please. Reverend Karen, oh God, it's such a pleasure. Please come in. Oh.
That's probably a good thing, right?
Well, I must confess, I like stuff. Anybody like stuff? Know where I get my stuff? Got it. So, song from God. Everything I have is yours. And it's heaven when you are clear, but to get there, you have to be here and now. You hold the key to everything, but what will you do when you hear the angels sing? Everything I have is yours, and everything you see is mine. All the treasures of the world, and all the beauty that you find. All you gotta do is choose. All you really gotta do is decide to accept it inside. You pick your life, it's up to you. I give you all. When you give to each other, thou art my child, and I am in thee. So why are you empty when your life is full of me? 'Cause everything I have is yours, and everything you see is mine. All the treasures of the world, and all the beauty that you find. All you gotta do is choose. All you really gotta do is decide to accept it inside. You're in heaven, now you are here, but to stay here, you must be aware of who you really are. You are the key that opens the door, so open your mind and find out what life is for. 'Cause everything I have is yours, and everything you see is mine. All the treasures of the world, and all the beauty that you find. All you gotta do is choose. All you really gotta do is decide to accept it. Everything I have is yours, and everything you see is mine. The sun and moon and all the stars, and every single thing that shines in this universe belongs to you. And all you really have to do is decide to accept it. It's up to you, my beloved. All you gotta do is let it in, accept it inside.
Fabulous. What a lovely treat. Thank you for coming. Rick and Karen. All right. So today candle for peace. And vegetable. It is about us saying yes, and it is an inside job. And we are called to be what it is that we want to see in the world. So I offer you the prayer of St. Francis. Lord, make me an instrument of your peace. Where there is hatred, let me bring love. Where there is offense, let me bring pardon. Where there is discord, let me bring union. Where there is error, let me bring truth. And where there is doubt, let me bring faith. Where there is despair, let me bring hope. Where there is darkness, let me shine. Where there is sadness, let me bring joy. And, O Lord, grant that I may not so much seek to be consoled as to console, to be loved as to love. For it is in giving that one receives, it is in self-forgetting that one finds. It is in forgiving that one is forgiven. It is in dying that one awakens to a greater life. We are called to show up as the light, the peace, the joy, the union that we wish to see in the world. So today we're doing something different. We recently had a class that just finished, our spiritual economics class, based on a book by Butterworth. And our students are going to be presenting their class projects, and I'm going to invite Reverend Mary up to introduce them and the class and what they have transformed.
Good morning. So as Reverend Tracy said, we recently finished our spiritual economics class, and spiritual economics, you might think, are two different things, but as we realize, they're not. Everything is sacred. So what this class does is it helps us transform our consciousness about prosperity from one of limitation, one of conditions in life and everything out there, to realizing that prosperity comes from within. It is our attitude, our way of looking at life. And the funny thing about it is it starts to manifest on the outside what we're feeling on the inside and thinking on the inside. So as I said, prosperity is not a condition, but a state of consciousness. And in this class, 8 weeks class, we transform from that consciousness into something really special. And the projects that come at the end of the class really represent what each one of those students, how they grew in that class. So rather than listening to me talk about what the class should be, the facilitator, we thought it would be best for you to hear directly from the students whose lives transformed during those 8 weeks. So we're beginning to bring each one up. Imani, you want to begin? Our class, the members of our class were Imani Crenshaw, Andy Cooper, Gail Bishop, Victoria Saucedo, Cindy Archuler, and Ricky Wozniak. Ricky got called into work last night, so he won't be with us. We may hear from him another time, but you get to hear from each of the students today. So I'm going to turn it over to the students, and you want to use this phone? Can we use the podium mic? We can't really.
You just want to stand a little closer.
Oh, stand closer. All right, Mon, you're going to have to speak up. Stand in front of it.
Good morning.
There we go.
I wrote a little something to pair it with my poster Andrew. As I read this book in the class, I kind of had a picture, and this was, it's like a cookie cutter. I know it's probably a little hard to see. It's like a cookie cutter of different people, and the people are connected, but behind the people, it's a waterfall kind of oasis. Abundance arrives in our lives in more ways than green and gold. The universe provides compassion and opportunity when needed and when met with equal enthusiasm and awareness. Therefore, abundance in my finances is not an unattainable castle in the hills of Central California. It is the presence of spirit and understanding all I seek is within me. But to see the physical outcome, I must know what I stand for and stand in it when facing difficulties. And when I know my heart, undoubtedly, giving is easy. Richness begins with my mindset and my spirituality. How I treat myself, others, and the world around me. How I show up every day. And there's I represent that with the giant flow of there being a connection between me and my community. And you see like the pink and purple in between everyone. And then the inner flow that I have to attend to.
That might work. That's better. Okay, so I realized during the 8 weeks that I went through several stages of coming to that consciousness of abundance. And so when I was trying to figure out what to do for my project, I thought, well, I'm just going to talk about what some of my thoughts were as I went through this class and through the various weeks. And I saw myself as going through 4 stages. One was skepticism, then awareness, and then learning, and then finally implementation. And so I'm going to start with skepticism. Prosperity. It is available to some, but not everyone has it. How could they? I mean, there are limited resources controlled through a cycle of supply and demand. At least that's what I learned in my economics class in college. What does prosperity really mean anyway? Is it financial wealth and success? If so, how can everyone be wealthy? I have traveled to several different countries and I have seen poverty firsthand. Do you mean to tell me that these poor villagers can be rich too? How is it possible that when they don't even have the opportunities available to them? Otherwise, I'm just okay. I was always taught that if you work hard and apply yourself, you can be successful. I have done well and had a decent middle class existence, but I'm certainly not among the wealthy and successful as the world seems to define them. Some people work hard all their lives and they never become rich. Other people seem to come by wealth with much less effort. Why is that? Wealth disparity seems to have grown exponentially in recent decades. Instead of everyone seeming to have opportunities for success, it seems like the chances for doing so are less likely than they were before. Get rich quick schemes. They've always been here with us, and the only ones who seem to get rich are the ones who developed the schemes in the first place. The prosperity gospel. If you just give X number of dollars to our ministry, God will richly bless you. Meanwhile, the televangelists acquire mansions, luxury cars, and private jets, while their humble followers give of their meager resources. The title of our text, Spiritual Economics, is troublesome for me, or at least puzzling. Next stage, awareness. I think I know what prosperity means, but maybe I don't fully. I tend to think of it generally in terms of money. I realize this is a pretty narrow view. I am aware that I have thought of prosperity being available only to some. I'm aware that I have long held the belief that resources are limited and that they are subject to the forces of supply and demand. But is there really that scarcity? How did I come to accept this type of thinking? I am aware that I have long doubted the ability of the poor to come to prosperity. This is partly because of what I have witnessed in various parts of the world. But was I seeing the full picture? The bigger picture? Have I just been making assumptions and generalizations? Did this belief remain because of the filters within my thinking? I am aware that I need to test my beliefs about hard work and success and prosperity. I think it will be a process of removing the doubts and opening up to the positive thoughts that will enable this flow to happen. I am aware that my mind becomes stuck in what feels like the contradictions, where some who consistently work very hard may struggle in their journey toward prosperity, while others seem to achieve it with little effort. How much of this is just my limited external viewing of what I'm seeing in the lives of others? How much of my reactions to these types of situations is just conditioned by the filters within my thinking? I am aware of my concerns about wealth and income disparity, and I understand that they are limiting my ability to see the possibilities of all persons to achieve prosperity. Am I just conditioned by news headlines and automatically thrown into negative thinking whenever I hear about this subject? I am aware of my suspicions about any type of investment or strategy that offers high yields or quick income. Some of these suspicions may be justified, but some of the thinking that comes with it may be hampering my ability by cutting off the flow. I may be stepping on the hose of my own prosperity. I am aware of my negative reaction toward any person or organization who promotes a prosperity gospel. And maybe some of these should be held to greater scrutiny. However, perhaps the basic premise that I too can be prosperous needs to be embraced, and my thinking given the freedom to open the flow toward accomplishing that very thing. I am aware of my hesitation to connect the word spiritual with money or economics or prosperity. This seems to be conditioned by the actions of some bad actors, and I need to step back and see if I can view it in another way. Learning. I learned from my reading about prosperity comes from a Latin root which translates to according to hope, or to go forward hopefully. It is not just about money. It is an attitude of life. It is a way of living and thinking. Prosperity is not just limited to some. Each person can achieve prosperity. It just requires a change of consciousness. Water, maybe. It is aligning myself with divine love, the source of healing, and the prospering substance. Resources are not limited, as I have long believed. In God, there is unlimited supply. The affluence of God's substance. I have abundance because I establish myself in the limitless substance of God. Eric Butterworth's book cites a wonderful example that when I breathe all of the air that I need, it is impossible for me to deprive anyone else of all the air that they need. The allness of God is ever before me. I no longer need to doubt the ability of the poor person, of any person, to achieve prosperity. We all have the God power within. We just need to realize that we are spiritual beings and to connect to that divine nature. We have access to the whole potential flow of the universe. I don't need to hold those contradictory thoughts about hard work and its relationship to success and achievement and prosperity. While the hard work is indeed important, and while successful people do indeed work very hard, it is the consciousness that accompanies and even precedes that work which creates the flow from which the prosperity arises. I don't need to regard wealth and income disparity as a problem without any solution. Those who are able to adopt a prosperity consciousness, who are able to move into the flow, are not actually stuck in a lower economic status. On the contrary, they possess this consciousness and are able to move forward and raise their standards in spite of the negative news reports and in spite of what society claims. I can approach investments with learning and with wisdom, and I can pursue economic opportunities by taking my foot off the hose and placing myself in the unrestricted flow. I do not need to hold on to long-held thoughts about proponents of a prosperity gospel. I can accept that there were some bad actors. However, I can also acknowledge my own ability to achieve prosperity by adopting a giving attitude and a mindset, and by placing myself in a willing position to accept the flow which the universe so generously makes available to me. Prosperity and economics and money can all be positive words in my life when I adopt a spiritual mindset and a giving consciousness in all of my actions. Implementation. I put all these statements into the present tense, much as I would with statements of the spiritual mind treatment. I acknowledge myself as a child of the universe. I am in tune with my divine nature. I have access to the allness of God. All of the substance of the universe is at my disposal. There is no lack. I set aside any negative thoughts when they arise. It is God's good pleasure to give me from the abundance of the universe. As I focus on those things that I desire, I accept and acknowledge that they are already present before me. I continually visualize those things that I wish to realize. I live in expectancy, and I believe that I will receive those things that I desire. Faith is expectancy. I view things from the top. I see things creatively. My attitude is constructive and optimistic. I operate from a place of gratitude. The spirit of thanksgiving floods my whole being. I work with an attitude of love and of giving. It is this type of consciousness that creates my success. When faced with a challenge, I accept it as a project, not a problem. I live and work always in my oneness with the presence, with the allness of God. My prosperity emerges when I am awakened to the truth of my own relationship with the universe. I am in tune with my own flow, my own connection with the non-material substance. My life is always made better because of my commitment to giving. I commit to tithing as a discipline which deepens my consciousness of giving. And I adopt this new vision expressed by the words of Eric Butterworth. When you begin to see things from the high perspective of the ever-presence of God's substance, you will be in the creative flow of abundance, which will bless your life with sustained affluence. And it will also go forth from you as a prospering influence in the world. And so it is.
say is that I have been changed by the Center for Spiritual Living and the people here. These classes have just changed my life and my view on so many different things, and the people that I've met have also changed my life. And these, the class itself, it just made so much difference to me. I really needed some help with my money issues, and this just changed me, everything. So this is my money tree. Okay, this is a poem for abundance by Gail Bishop. Okay. Okay, I'm a little more nervous than I thought I was going to be. Okay. As I look around me, I know I have all I need. My heart, my home, my life are very full indeed. My friends are all around me, my family is complete. My pets they all adore me, especially when we eat. I really love the color green and the beauty of the earth, the seeds who give us flowers and food and inspire songs from birds. I praise our one spirit whose love for me won't fail, and I know with my gratitude my heart and soul will sail. Abundance comes in many forms, prosperity is mine. The gifts I get will multiply, and therefore I will shine. I have everything I'll ever need, I share my gifts with love, and I cherish the God that lives in me and the universe above. You each have touched me deeply, our time has helped me grow. I offer you a gift of love that you will always know. I am grateful for these weeks we've shared. I'm happy, joyous, and free, and I'll sit with you and laugh with you beneath the money tree. And my great-grandson was born yesterday, so just say a little prayer for him.
Good morning. I'm Tori, and this class absolutely came at perfect time, which of course, as God does, He brings in perfect timing. And I had just been let go of my job that day that class started, and I had just bought my first car the day before, and I paid cash for it. So I've been through, a very difficult last couple of years, gone through a very financially devastating divorce, and then, lost my job. But I remembered this class just gave me that extra boost I needed, and I was trying to figure out what to do for my class project, and I was washing dishes, and I had a orchid that I had received the year before. It was actually my daughter's orchid, and she was getting married in a couple of weeks, and her fiance is in the Army and out of state, and I thought, gosh, that would be so great if this orchid could bloom. And I mean, it was sticks, there was nothing on it. And it would be so great if this orchid bloomed. And every day, as I was doing dishes, I just kept looking at that. I moved the orchid, I put it in the window, and all of a sudden, I started seeing these little bulbs on it. They just looked like, little brown bulbs. And I thought, oh, this would just be so great. So my class project was of the orchid, and in those few weeks it finally did bloom, and just in time for his arrival, and she got to take the credit for it, and he was very happy that she was able to keep that orchid blooming. And that's how I felt about this class, is that every week I just remembered who I was, the capabilities I've had, the great businesses I've had in my life, and the great businesses that I'm going to have continually. And so every week as I watched that orchid bloom, I felt the same way. So I wrote a poem, and it's called Whispers of the Orchid. Like orchids, I unfold from the inside out. Nothing is missing. Everything I need is already alive in me. I am the bloom of God's infinite beauty, radiant, complete, a perfect expression of the allness that forever flows through me. I am planted in holy soil where divine life breathes through every root. Prosperity rises in me like morning light, gentle, certain, unstoppable. My feelings are the weather of my becoming. Today I choose the warm side of gratitude, the soft breeze of trust, the fertile rain of joy. I speak this word to awaken the prosperity already within me, clarity, courage, and the grace to blossom beyond what is familiar into what is divinely mine, as I know it is already done. And so it is.
Hi, I'm Cindy. I'm the only one that did go.
Get close to them.
What's that?
Get close to the mic.
This one.
Yep.
Okay. I'm Cindy.
Cindy, put the microphone close to your mouth. There we go, so we can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
Now.
I don't like microphones. Oh, okay. Are we good? Okay. Anyway, first I would like to say thank you for the opportunity of receiving the abundant love from this place. And all these classes have really changed my life as well and are giving me acceptance of spirituality, which I had lost. So anyway, originally I was going to do a wheel of abundance and prosperity with myself in the center, and I didn't like the way it was turning out, so I started going through all of my craft stuff, and I've been wanting to do a mixed media collage, and so that's what I did. And a lot of it's just stuff that I've done throughout the years, and I just happen to have this money from my mom from like 25 years ago, and the coins, they're like real little coins, and then I did some gold leaves on there too. But so everything at the very top has to do with prosperity. Prosperity is a holistic state of flourishing that extends beyond financial wealth to include physical health, mental peace, and strong relationships. It represents a balance of abundance in all areas of life, allowing for freedom to pursue passions, security for the future, and the ability to contribute to one's community. And what does that look like? Financial and material well-being, having enough resources to live comfortably, achieve goals, and provide for families such as homeownership and education without being consumed by consumerism. Physical and mental health, maintaining vitality, experiencing inner peace, and having the capacity for self-care. Freedom and security, the ability to make life choices based on opportunity rather than fear, including the flexibility to travel and spend time with loved ones. And then on a daily life experience with prosperity, relationships, fostering deep connections, love, friendships, and community. Health, feeling physically and mentally capable. Time and freedom, having the ability to choose how you spend your days and enjoying moments of joy. And opportunities, seeing possibilities for growth and progress everywhere. And then abundance. Abundance looks like a mindset of the capacity for having more than enough in life, extending far beyond money to include love, time, health, and joy. It manifests as gratitude, generosity, giving, resilience, and the belief that opportunities are infinite, reducing fear of scarcity and promoting sharing. So gratitude, recognizing and appreciating what you already have rather than focusing on what is missing. Generosity and connection, fostering meaningful relationships, contributing to society and having a sense of community involvement. Resilience, viewing challenges as opportunities for growth rather than insurmountable obstacles. Trust and optimism, believing that there's enough for everyone and not reacting with panic or potential shortage. And then signs of abundant mindset, you celebrate the success of others, you're adaptable and resourceful, you feel deserving of positive outcomes, you're open to new experiences. Anyway, I did this picture also so that I can put it in my bedroom. I like these colors. And I need a reminder daily of these things in my life. And I've never been so grateful and realized that I am very prosperous as well. Thank you.
Let's acknowledge our students one more time. All right, so we will welcome Ricky when he is able to return. We'll ask him to share his as well. And what I want to say about all of this is that what I hear in every story, even though they're all a little different or they're expressed differently, is the power of transformation. That when you are given a reason to think differently, when you are shown a perspective that maybe you hadn't considered before, when you try it out for yourself and you see different results, you prove the principle to yourself. This is what our philosophy is. It's not an ideology that says you need to believe this way or act that way, as much as it says, hey, look at all of this. This is all of yours. It belongs to you. You may pick and choose again. And when we do that, we really do show ourselves that we have something to say about how our life unfolds. So opening your mind, yes, but unfolding your heart also is what brings us to the greatest place of transformation. So I will say to all of you who have not taken a class in a while, take note. Woo! All right, let's see. We have an affirmation, do we not? Yes. All right, let's, I invite you to repeat after me, please. Today I recognize the voice of truth within. Is this week? No.
It's not this week's.
What's this week's? This is last week.
This is 19. This is the 19th.
You know what? That's okay. Is that the right one? No, see, I didn't write it. Okay, we're good. No, I'm good, thank you. You know, you change up my routine, I'm telling you. All right, let's try that sentence again as if it were brand new, shall we? Today I recognize the voice of truth within. Today I recognize the voice of truth within. Reminding me to return to the present. Reminding me to return to the present. My greatest power is always in the now. My greatest power is always in the now. And so it is. That's not what you wrote. That's not Mary's affirmation. That's last week. That's all right. It works. And so it is. Yep. All right, so let's invite Rick and Karen back up again. Let's have a little more music, shall we?
I wasn't here last week, so that's good.
Okay. New to you.
Well, the truth is that the most precious thing that we can possibly own is life itself. So the human condition is such that we're temporary here on this planet. So I'd like to do a song by John Andrasik called 100 Years. I'm just 15 for a moment, caught in between 10 and 20, and I'm just dreaming, counting the ways to where you years to live.
As time goes by, suddenly you're wise, and the blink of an eye, 67 is gone. The sun is getting higher, we're moving on.
I'm 99 for a moment, and dying for just another moment, and I'm just dreaming, counting the ways to where you are. 15 distant time for you, 22 I feel it too, 33 you're on your way, every day's a new day. When you only got 100 years to live.
Thank you both so much. Okay, let's invite our ushers to come forward. One of the ways that we bring prosperity into our lives and prove that principle to ourselves is by giving. Because we know that we cannot outgive the universe, that what we open ourselves to let go of, we also open ourselves to receive. And so if you will, say with me our prosperity affirmation. Divine love, through me, blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I give, and all that I receive. I am prosperous now.
We don't know the value of what we came to give, so we give what we are able. We give seeds that we are planting, grow at their own pace. We give them no need space to grow. So we give.
I find it crooked, I can't stand it. You have to handle it straight. It's a character flaw, I'm working on it. All right, so what we have this week, we have beautiful flowers contributed by Marley this week. Thank you very much. All right, and we have our Wednesday night meditation on Zoom at 6:30 with practitioner Lisa. There's a link on our website, and the room opens at 6:15, so if you want to jump on there and take a few moments in the middle of your week to reset, it's a lovely, lovely gift to give to yourself. We are looking for people who might be interested in learning Reiki. Our dear friend Sue is offering Reiki training, and what's that? And Tori, excellent. So it's a way to learn to do some of this healing energy work for yourself and for others. And there is a sign-up sheet in the back if you are interested, and we'll put that together once we have a few people that are interested in going forward. And Reiki is here in the chapel on the third Saturday of the month. Okay? Is that next week? It was yesterday. Oh, how many, did somebody come yesterday? Yeah, nice. Yeah, that's good, huh? Mm-hmm. It's good stuff. All right, we are doing a new food and supply drive for Larkin Place. Over on Larkin Place, right here in Claremont, a new housing units have been built, and several of the unhoused folks from Claremont are taking up residency, as well as people from the rest of the county. So what we're doing is supporting them by collecting supplies and things like cleaning supplies and things like that, and then non-perishable food items, just to help people set up their households. There is an announcement in the e-blast that lists all of the things we're interested in. Do we do a flyer, or there's a flyer in the back as well that has a list? So if you'd like to just, next time you're at the store, pick up a few things, we'll take a collection here. And then we're delivering them Saturday, May 16th over at Larkin Place. They're gonna open up their space for people to bring donations, and I'd love to have, a truckload. That would be great. So keep that in mind. And again, we're still looking for people who might be interested in a foundations class. If you want to learn a little something more about Science of Mind, please put your name and number on the list. We haven't set a time or date yet. We're waiting to see who's interested and when everybody can meet. So we would love to have you take a class that just helps you apply what we talk about here in your own lives. As you can see, when you apply it personally, it makes for great changes. So, anything else? I want to thank our sharers once again. I know it's not everybody's deal to get up in front, so thank you very much. Thank our musicians also. Am I right that you used to sing together all the time? You still do? How come you only ever sang him?
Because I'm at my center.
Oh, okay. So we got to borrow.
Today.
Oh, so we got to borrow you today. Well, lucky us. Thank you both so much. That was just lovely. Just lovely. All right, let's stand up, move to the side of the room, and we'll sing to Eddie Watkins Jr.
Take a look at the person next to you. Say, I love you and I love you too. Now feel the love in the sanctuary. Lift your voice and repeat after me. We come together, we come together.
Nice share.
Oh, thank you.
Very
That
nice.
was beautiful.
Yes,
I was
it
so
was.
sweaty, thank you. It was perfect, just perfect.
Good to see you.
Good to see you. How you doing, Linda?
Good to see you guys.
We had the best night last night. Went to that taste in Claremont. The weather was perfect. They had a couple of different bands. We actually got to dance a little bit. It was such a very nice. I thought I'd continue with the song.
Looks good.
Yeah.
Good to see you.
Enjoy.
Bye, you guys have a good week. You too. I'm gonna go steal the snacks this year.
Okay. Thank you.
So I wrote up something on my next door app, and I have 300 some comments. Some of them were calling me parents about a lady taking a dog into the supermarket